Controversy has erupted and a war of words over phone calls that President Trump made to family members of fallen soldiers. It started with Congresswoman Frederica from Florida after she leaked words of a phone call that she said President Trump said to the widow of a Green Beret killed in action in Africa. Now, the White House Chief of Staff, John Kelly, former Marine Corps general, held a press conference on Thursday at the White House to address some things that the Congresswoman had said. Here's what he had to say.
It stuns me that a member of Congress would have listened in on that conversation. Absolutely stuns me. And I thought at least that was sacred.
Not letting this go, Congresswoman Frederica came back at the Chief of Staff, again bringing up the whole idea of what the president says, and in her words, saying that it was insensitive and inappropriate. She is not backing down.
Let me tell you what my mother told me when I was little. She said, "The dog can bark at the moon all night long, but it doesn't become an issue until the moon barks back."
And then it continues. Another widow of a soldier killed back in April in Afghanistan. She released a video, which was a recording of the phone call that President Trump made to her, saying that the president was appropriate and sensitive and the call had an impact.
I am so sorry to hear about the whole situation. What a horrible thing, except that he's an unbelievable hero. And, you know, all of the people that served with him are saying how incredible he was.
Yes, sir.
And just an amazing guy. And I he's a great hero.
I want to thank you, President Trump. Those words are very kind.
All right, let's break it down with our A-plus panel. We've got Bob Bianchi, former Morris County prosecutor. Always good to have you here, Bob. Thank you. Guys, just to start, it seems to me that Frederica has politicized the death of this Green Beret, and the words that the president used, we have heard used, and John Kelly said it, his son died, over and over again, because when you say something like they knew what they were getting into, you're not discrediting them, you're honoring them and saying they're heroes. What do you say?
This whole thing sickens me, and I disagree with the premise of the question. She did not, the Congresswoman, start this. This was started based upon a reporter's question about what happened to those 4 soldiers because the White House was silent, and President Trump, with all due respect, turned that into how no other president does it like he does it, which started this firestorm. We should not be politicizing
So, Elora, you've got, Bob just said that because the president discussed former presidents, this Congresswoman had a right to take words out of context, leak it to the press, and create a firestorm over the dead body of a Green Beret.
Here's the
Disgusting.
Thing, Bill.
That's exactly what you said.
I don't know if she took it out of context because I haven't heard the tape. If she did, then I think that's problematic. But if she didn't, she had every right to speak up for friends that she thought were mistreated. And the fact that the Trump administration is taking this and just beating it to death over and over, they are the ones that are politicizing it. All she did was bring up something that bothered her.
What do you say, Andre? I mean, I know that you don't have anything nice to say about President Trump, but it's very hard to sit and criticize a man in John Kelly who lost his own son and then came out there. Nobody's going to make you come out there and talk about your dead son.
Well, his sequence of events is inaccurate. Bob is right. The president did politicize it first. Representative Wilson actually came back yesterday or this morning and said she doesn't want this to be about her. She wants to know, why was Sergeant Johnson separated from his crew? Why was there faulty intelligence that we didn't know ISIS was on the ground in Africa? Why was the vehicle unarmored? These are the questions that need to be answered.
To be fair, these questions have not been answered. We don't have actual intelligence that has come out. We only have speculation and rumor. And we're now, in all the tweets today and through this week, it seems to me like we've gone way beyond the phone call. Now we're questioning the president's policy and the action of our military. These are 2 separate issues, but we've got to leave it there. Thanks.